Hey guys, I hope everyone had a happy Thanksgiving. You enjoyed your time with your family and your time off. So today we are going to get our journals updated for Unit 5. We finished Unit 4 before the break, and we're going to cover Unit 5 um, over the next 2 weeks. We'll have a test next Wednesday, I believe. That's what we're shooting for. And then the following week will be map testing and semester exams. So we're almost done with the semester. Make sure you have all of your work turned in, your grades are up to date, um, because you need to pass for the semester to be able to get credit for this semester, okay? So make sure you get everything turned in, you have a good grade in my class. All right, so go ahead, open up your journal slides. So click Unit 5 Journal Slides. Click Go here, and it will open up our journal, the Unit 5 slides. Click on the first slide and then scroll down. Just click with your mouse pad one time, then let go of everything and scroll down and hold down the shift button and click slide 5 at the same time. It will highlight. You see how all my slides are highlighted orange? Double click with 2 fingers on your mouse pad and click copy. And then go to your journal. Remember, we're on the blue journal. You can scroll down to the very bottom, click with 2 fingers on the last slide, and paste. So you should have 26 slides in your journal at this point. 26 slides, okay? We're gonna go ahead and right click on your table of contents and do copy, and right click and paste, or you could have also just click duplicate slide. I'm gonna go ahead and just erase out all of this so you can highlight all your cells and just click delete. Oh, don't do delete. Maybe backspace. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and delete because I don't want to sit here and backspace all of these out. You can do that too. I guess that's fine. All right. So we're going to go ahead and update our table of contents to go with our lesson 5. So on slide 23, we have our Unit 5 objectives. So that's the next thing we're going to put in our table of contents. We should have how many units? Lesson 8. We should have 8 lessons for Unit 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, I'm missing a couple. So 4, 7, and then I'm going to go ahead and come down here and do 4, 8. Okay, and then on 5, we're going to do Unit 5 objectives. And we can go ahead and link that. So highlight, click this little paperclip button, slides in this presentation, and that was on slide 23. And apply. We don't have very many lessons in this unit. We only have 2 lessons, lesson 1 and lesson 2. So let's go ahead and link lesson 1. So Unit 5, lesson 1 is going to be systems of equations. So on your table of contents, you can do Unit 5, lesson 1, systems of equations, and that's going to be linked to slide 24. And then the next one is Unit 5, lesson 2, and that's going to be writing systems of equations. You can go ahead and highlight that and link that to slide 26 and apply. Okay, so you should have your Unit 5 objectives up linked, your Unit 5 lesson 1 system of equations, Unit 5 lesson 2 writing systems of equations. Make sure you have your table of contents up to date. You have all of the lessons from Unit 3. So there should be 4 lessons from Unit 3. And then in Unit 4, we had 8 lessons. So make sure you have 8 lessons from Unit 4. And then these last 2 lessons from Unit 5. So there should be 27 slides total. We are going to do a journal grade before Christmas. So make sure you have your journal up to date. Okay, so let's look at Unit 5 objectives. This is what we're going to cover in this unit. And then this is all we're going to do for today. So Unit 5 objectives, we have A1. Oh, that something's missing on here. We're going to write systems. I think that's supposed to be, say, there's supposed to be a number here. Okay. Write systems of two linear equations given a table of values, a graph, and a verbal description. Okay, so basically what we're going to be doing is we're going to be writing equations, but now we're going to write two of them at the same time. So we know how to write equations. We know how to use stat edit. We're just going to write two equations. So we're going to be given a graph with sets of data for two different lines, and we're going to come up with the equations for both those lines. We're going to graph systems of two linear equations in two variable on a coordinate plane and determine the solutions if they exist. So we're going to take two lines and we're going to graph them. Okay. We are going to estimate graphically the solution of systems of two linear equations with two variables in real-world problems. So we're going to do real-world problems, which means word problems. Estimate graphically. Estimate means that we're going to guess. We're going to see how close we can get to the solutions. So we're going to look at graphs that don't necessarily show us a solution, but see if we can figure out the solution. So these are kind of like puzzles, okay? Graph the solution set of systems of two linear inequalities in two variables on the coordinate plane. Well, we know how to graph one linear inequality, so now we're just going to graph a second one on the same graph. Okay? And solve systems of two linear equations with two variables for mathematical and real-world problems. So we're going to solve systems. So basically, everything we're doing in this unit, we're going to write equations, which we already know how to do. We're going to graph equations, which we already know how to do. We're going to graph inequalities, which we already know how to do. And we're going to solve equations, which we already know how to do. So the only difference for this whole unit is that we're talking about systems, which means we have two equations or two inequalities or two lines that we're looking at on our graph. Okay, so that's the only new thing. We're looking at two lines at the same time instead of just one. All right, so make sure your journal is up to date. If your journal is not up to date, please send me an email. I will help you today, okay? Send me an email so I can help you.